Hello and welcome back to TikTok Book Club for January the 14th, Tuesday, part 2. Now, you guys, remember how I put cinnamon in my cup? I'm starting not to like it so much. The more that I drink it, it kind of gives you like a bitter taste in the back of your tongue. But it's still not nasty enough for me to complete my coffee because, holla, I need that today. Anyway, these girls are still at Ashley's house and she got her birthday shoes in the mail.
Which ones I wanted to
wear. Oh, those are cute. Oh, I like those. What size are those?
Size 8.
But I wish I said it.
First of all, why do you lie to them? Like, why do you lie to her and say, oh, those are cute? Now, some of y'all might think they're cute. I don't. I'm not a heel person. I only wear heels when it's absolutely needed, and that's very rare. And then how's her feet gonna fit in there? I'm not even trying to be mean. That's the truth. Like, we've seen her feet. Oh my God, I can really go deep in this, but I'm not going to. Now she goes on to a spill about who she helped, same old Ashley instead of giving her praise to herself.
Like, I got the youngest or the cheapest one out first. And then I sent for decaying. So, but I'm not the reason why they got locked up.
Now, we know she had a huge part on it, but these fools decided to do what they did with her, meaning they're like, oh, you hanging out with Ashley, we want to come too, we want that clout, we want the followers, we want her to get her on our videos because everybody thinks she's like hilarious. But they don't realize that Ashley comes with a lot of hate. Like, people hate this woman. So do you think they're gonna allow Ashley to go into their city and not make it hard for her? No. So technically, yes. Ashley is the main reason why all them fools got arrested, but they also had a part in being involved with her to begin with. So they're both at fault, but we know if they were not with Ashley and alone, they probably would have never been arrested. Now, she does make a comment about she thinks D. Kane should get out, but we all know now that's not going to happen.
Oh, they're about to get him out too.
I know.
Tomorrow he should be out.
Oh, yeah. So, bitch, you can't get rid of us.
Yeah, they I called. Yeah, they raised it, but they're gonna come up with it. And I mean, I put what I could, and
yeah, dude, I was like,
how old is Bri? Like, her saying it like that, yelling it like that, like she's like a 16-year-old hooligan little girl. It's so immature to me, guys. And she's a whole mother. Her and Val are whole mothers to small kids, okay? I had my babies. I didn't even want to work. I was like, I want to stay home. I want to be with my kids. Even now, I don't want to go nowhere. I want to be available to my babies when they need them. And they're not even babies no more. Okay? They're both going to be in the teens soon. Well, one is already. But how can you just leave your kids like that and then act like that? Anyway, she goes on to tell us that Marco should have stayed his butt crack in jail.
He honestly should have stayed in there.
I said, get the fuck offline. Didn't you just hear what he said?
No, he should have stayed in there. They should have never let him out.
Oh, no, facts. I was trying to take him back. Sure.
That's why he's still in San Antonio at a hotel.
So he left his ass in San Antonio. Nope.
And I blocked him on TikTok.
I unfollowed his ass and blocked him from my chat. Bro, look, 6 beds, 4 bedrooms.
Bri's another foul mouth I hear on TikTok, like cussing. Every other word cussing. Anyway, Marco, they did not like him yesterday. Y'all gonna see what he had to say about them too. But I wanted to show you this little snippet because she did make a comment about her being cold and nobody giving her a jacket.
It's kind of cold. Up here. Take my jacket.
I love you.
God, we are such the perfect couple.
I'm cold too.
Well, damn, Jackie. I can't control the weather.
Whenever the cops had us outside, nobody gave me their jacket. So I literally was in the cold with no cover. I told the guys, I'm like, can I get a jacket from one of y'all? And the guy I was with, a tall guy, he was like, one of y'all give her jacket. I mean, y'all's jacket. She's a female. She's cold. And all them guys were like, oh, no, we're cold. We're cold. And I was like, are you serious? I said, wow, okay.
Anyway, we know chivalry's dead when it comes to all them Edgar looking good, fools. And where was your jacket? Where was Val's jacket? I saw her walking out with like a muscle shirt on when y'all were all getting arrested and escorted out of that restaurant. But you want to get mad because your Edgar friends slash fools didn't want to give up their jacket for you because they were cold too? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now she does go on to tell us she might cancel her New York trip.
I'm probably gonna cancel my trip this week. No, they asked me if I was gonna cancel it. I don't think they really want to go, to be honest.
Anyway, on a side note, these fools are actually looking at other Airbnbs. I don't know, making plans to be together again. Who knows? When are you gonna make plans to go home? This is what I want to know. Bri, when are you gonna go home to see your son? Or I think he's in Texas right now with his dad. I don't know. And Val, you have 2 small children. How can y'all be away from your kids like that? I miss my grown kids after a day. Like if me and boy do a day trip or a weekend trip, I'm like, oh, I miss my kids. I can't wait to come back home. But they just keep planning things. Like they don't have kids. It's like those 3 were just like made for one another. Ash, Vale, and Bri. Anyway, she goes on to tell us that she cried when she hugged her dad. I guess when she picked her girls up.
I like cried hugging my dad. He was already in bed asleep, and then he turns around, and he looks at me, and he's like, "Hey, girl, I'm glad you're home." I was like, "Thanks, Dad."
Listen, I know that you guys all think her dad's might be an awesome father, and he probably is, but he's also a big enabler. I would say, no, I'm not watching your kids. You need to figure it out. He needs to step aside, let her be a grown adult for one time in her life, because obviously they're her crutch. Okay? When she wants to go out, act a fool, and not have the responsibilities of having 2 girls, she calls her mom and dad. I'm taking the girls over. I'm leaving y'all with them for 4 days. And then she out here helping these fools get bonded, but haven't even like spent no money on their bed, their room, anything like that. Like, come on, y'all, make it make sense. Anyway, they go on to tell us that Airbnb host that was harassing them all day is trying to charge them money for damages.
What the fuck? He's trying to request 10,000 from me on Airbnb for a mess left. We didn't leave any mess. We fucking cleaned
We cleaned it and took the trash out.
We fucking cleaned it even though we were getting kicked out. Is he on? Oh my god.
Let me see.
Listen, you book it, you're responsible. That's why I don't understand how these people can put a credit card, book an Airbnb, knowing that all these fools are going to come in there and act a fool at the Airbnb, especially things getting leaked. And it's probably because them fools were on the little security cameras calling that fool out, calling him names. Like, why would you do that? Leave in peace. Say, I'm sorry if this was against the rules, because every house has rules. I'm sorry if this was against the rules. Even if he profiled D. Kane, that is his house. He paid money for that. He invested in that. And if he doesn't want y'all there, y'all got to go and just be thankful that y'all were able to stay there the long time that y'all did. Anyway, she does go on to tell us what she told everybody and nobody listened.
If you're gonna go live, you need to go live on a plain wall so our address doesn't get leaked. If you're gonna do this, you better turn your location off. Nobody make videos and post them until you leave the Airbnb. I literally gave them rules because of how I felt they were this weekend.
None of them fools listen. And why do you need to be in a plain background so they don't get your address leaked that way? How do people know where you're at if you're not in front of a plain background? Like if you're in the living room, how do they know your address? Anyway, maybe if they're out in public, you want people to be in the plain background so they don't see what restaurant y'all are at. Anyway, this is going to be a 3-part series update, guys. Go to part 3.